One of the biggest things that I learned already being in college for many years is that college is really not about learning curricula. I think learning about your major is like 40% of that, and the other 60% is learning how to manage your time, learning how to manage stress, learning how to manage like having like a social life, but also like your own personal quality time, and learning how to be yourself while also finding things that you enjoy doing. It's about how to teach yourself to become an adult. So it's like a lot happening in 4 years. Today I kind of want to share a little bit of my own personal experience in terms of time management in college and some tips and tricks that I've also learned to actually help me get better. If you're new here, hi, my name is Lauren. I am a college junior and I am a theater major, and I do college and organization videos here on the channel. Okay, the first thing that I want to say right off the bat is that everybody's different. Different things work for different people, but I'm just going to share what has personally helped me, and hopefully there's something in this video that can personally help you too. An agenda. I know some people are rolling their eyes now. I'm not gonna lie, it's like an on again, off again relationship with this agenda. There are some weeks in here that I don't have anything written down. I get the assignment assigned to me and then I go home and I do it that same day, or I do it the next day and I never write it in here. This specifically comes in handy when I have a lot of stuff due in random different days within the next coming weeks or within the week that's coming up. This was last week. I had a couple stuff on Wednesday and a lot of things due at the end of the week. As you can see, everything here is in different colors. So I assign a different color to every single class. It just makes it more visual for me personally, where I can see exactly how many assignments I have for one class and what assignment I have to do next for what specific class. When I just write this all in like a black pen, I feel like it just all looks all jumbled together. But if I have it in different colors, I can be like, oh, that's right, red is like for movement class. I just use these little Crayola markers. I've had them forever. I think these are from like my second year of college. Every single time a semester starts, I will sit down anywhere on campus or at home and I will assign a color to a class. I will open up my agenda and I will sit there and I will write things that are due that week. The professor will give me a syllabus at the beginning of the semester with everything that's due until the end of the semester. Sometimes that due date will change and the professor will let me know, and then I'll go ahead and I'll just change that on the agenda. But this hasn't really happened a lot. Most of the time the professor will just stick to whatever's on the syllabus. I will sit down for like 20 minutes and I will go through the entire syllabus and just write all the due dates that it says inside my agenda. That way, every time I open to a new page, I can see anything that's due in there and it can remind me to do it. So if there's like a response paper due or a discussion post, I know exactly where I put it in my agenda, and when I open it up to write down, I can see it already there and I can remember and double check on Canvas. I don't recommend putting more than 5 things in one day for your agenda because you will stress yourself out. It will pee too much. That's just like a general rule of thumb that like I've heard every professor say. This is all to say, when you divide everything that you have to do like this, it'll help you just naturally time manage with the stuff that you have to do, because it'll physically force you to divide it into different days. I feel like once the end of the week comes and I did everything that I needed to do, it was a lot easier to like actually have a life and enjoy my weekend rather than stressing because something is due on Sunday. I know it's a lot easier said than done. Like I said, there's a lot of weeks in here that I haven't written anything, but I'm able to rely on it when I really need it, and this has saved me from a lot of papers being turned in late. This is kind of like my lifeline right here. I've noticed that keeping everything organized in my book bag motivates me to actually do things. So for example, if I have a bunch of papers everywhere, I can't find my homework, I can't find the thing that I printed out yesterday, like I'm not going to be motivated to take it out of my book bag and start working on it. It's not that I sit down and I organize my book bag. I only do that at the beginning of every semester to make sure that I have everything done, but honestly, you never need to worry about organizing your book bag if you just put everything where it's supposed to go every single time you open it. It can literally be just having a folder with like miscellaneous papers in there. Personally for me, I have a lot of like movement and theater classes, but I have a lot of like literature and English classes because I'm technically half an English major, so there's a lot of like theater history and a lot of like breaking down script, and so I have a lot of papers that are just random and miscellaneous. I have a little slit in my binder where I put a bunch of those extra sheets of paper, so when it's time to do homework, I know exactly where it is in my book bag and I can be able to start on that. It prevents me from procrastinating. It saves paper so I don't have to print something 3 times. And over time, if you do this a lot, it just makes the college experience a lot more manageable. Personally for me, this is one of the biggest things that has helped me with my time management, knowing exactly where everything is so that I have literally no excuse to go ahead and start doing it. So talking about more practical things that you can do is having a very specific morning routine. If you have school every day like me, I recommend waking up around the same time every day. I still struggle with this. Like even though I know Tuesday, Thursdays, I have a class not early in the morning, so I get to wake up a little bit later. Trying to wake up around the same time is the best thing you can do rather than trying to wake up really early one day and then like sleeping in the next day if you have a later class. So it helps like coordinate your circadian rhythm. You have like a general time you go to sleep and a general time you wake up. It'll help with stress. It'll help with concentration. Even though you don't have anything to do in the morning, you can find that time to work out. At least last semester I did this more. I didn't have any school on Tuesday, Thursdays, so I would wake up around the same time, and since I didn't really have anything to do in the morning, I didn't have class, I would go and work out every Tuesday, Thursday. So you can definitely do that. And that way you don't have to go to the gym or work out after class. So just trying to fill out your time like that, like seeing when is the best time for you. Going back to morning routines, I went on a little tangent there. I made a video about this. You guys can click right here. I think it's in this corner. But college morning routines are really, really important for me. It's like a very sacred part of my day. I feel like if I don't have a good morning routine, the rest of the day will be ruined. I feel like I'm kind of crazy in this department. I would rather have less sleep if it means I have more time in the morning to do something. So I will wake up 2 hours before class to get ready rather than an hour, because I like to wake up and do my morning routine and make sure I make my bed, have my coffee in the morning while I'm listening to a podcast. Like I have a good 10 to 15 minutes that I'm sitting in the couch listening to my podcast, looking at nothing around my room. Like that's my thing. Those like 15 minutes are like so beautiful to me. Having that time for yourself will make you start on the right foot every single day. And if you have time, sometimes I do this. I don't do this every morning, but I will look through my agenda and see what I have to do that day so I can remind myself, okay, today I wrote down that I have to do this discussion post. I have to write this essay for this professor. Be very specific about them. I will wake up in the morning and I will literally turn around and start making my bed right then and there. I feel like it forces me to not go back into bed, washing my face, my specific skincare product, and then I will go change, do my makeup, brush my hair, perfume, deodorant, everything, and then do my coffee in the morning with my breakfast. So it's just like a mixture of all of these things that my body's just so used to doing over and over, and it just helps me see the day better, and it helps me divide the day and seeing like what I need to do. Night routines. I think like night routines are really, really important. Unless something is due that night, kind of have like a general rule for myself where I will not be doing any homework past like 9 p.m. If there was still something else that I needed to do and it's time to cook dinner now, I will usually just leave it for the next day if it's not due that night. I just know that when I'm done with dinner, I go shower and then I'm just so dead exhausted. I just don't want to do anything else. So time managing everything is great, but also understanding like, okay, this is like too much for one day. Some days you feel different, some days you're more tired than other days. So just like feeling your body, responding to it, and relying on your gut is also really, really good, because if you have a lot of stress, it's really hard to put in the effort to even just like time manage your day. Having the motivation to do it, I know it can be really, really hard, especially when you are completely burnt out. You just don't want to do another assignment, or there's just a lot of stuff to do, and by the time you finish all your assignments, you barely have any time left in the day, and all you want to do is make a tea and just lay in bed. I think the biggest thing to remind yourself is that this moment is temporary and that this class is temporary. It's only for this semester. Maybe next semester you'll have an even better class, and even if you don't, it's 4 years. I have a big problem like catastrophizing everything in my life. I feel like sometimes I need like a reality check of being like, hey, this is only just a moment. This is for right now. I'm trying the best that I can, and that's what's valid right now. We all just put too much pressure on ourselves. So making sure that you're trying your hardest to manage your time, organize everything that you need to organize, and just put all your attention into yourself and into your school is the best thing you can do. And if that's burning you out, trying to find ways to help, but understanding that it's just this moment. Summer will come, maybe next semester it will be better. I don't know about you, but personally for me, fall semesters are always the hardest ones, and spring semesters are always so chill. For whatever reason, I don't plan it out this way. I just pick my classes every single semester, but for some reason, spring semesters are always way more chill. I always stress myself out way more than I need to in fall semester finals. It's gonna pass. So yes, I am about to be a senior in college next semester, and I feel like a lot has happened in these past couple years. I've grown a lot. I've gone through a lot of things. I feel like when I was a freshman at the very, very beginning, I wanted to have like that aesthetic college life. Like I wanted to have like all of my binders, all of the agenda. But yes, I admit that I love making things like look pretty, but I think trying to find that balance of like, okay, what is practical? Like I'm spending too much time making things look pretty. Like I need to like actually like sit down and see what methods work for me. So instead of getting like a super pretty agenda and writing like daily quotes and do all these things, like that works for some people, but for me, I just need to literally have an agenda that has like blank pages like this, where I can just write whatever I want for every single day and not have any specific quote or anything to fill out, because this is what I need. And so finding things that worked personally for you is like the best thing you can do. And then like building from there and seeing like, okay, well, I have this agenda because this is what works best for me. What can I do to make this pretty if I have extra time? Can I find a binder that I like, a color that I like? This is my backpack. My backpack is pink. My water bottle is pink. My pencil case is pink. My AirPod case is pink. My laptop case is pink. My iPad case is pink. It's not always pink, but this is currently my phone. I just have like a general pink theme throughout my entire belongings, and that just like makes it fun for me. It makes it feel like, oh, this is so aesthetic. I don't know, just like putting in that extra little effort will help want to make you write in your agenda and fill up your water bottle in the morning, and like having all those little specific things that you do to help move your day along. That's what I feel like has personally worked for me after many years in college. I really hope this video is helpful. A couple weeks ago, I posted a video about like screen time and how to lower your screen time and how I've lowered my screen time since the beginning of COVID. So I'll leave that also in the eye right here. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like this video because that's how you let me know. Subscribe for more videos like these and hit the little bell notification right next to the subscribe button so that you get notified every single time I post. I post every single Sunday, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.